friends and neighbors. I'm Kevin with Tai Chan Farms, and today I want to make a confession. I am an Amazon-aholic, and I quit cold turkey about a month ago. I just couldn't support them anymore. They paid $43 million bribe to make a movie, and then they've fired 1,500 people from their workforce. I can no longer support companies that are oppressors. We are forced to work for them. We're forced to buy their garbage that they make, and then, we get treated like this. What that means is I got to pivot again. It's been my MO since I moved here. But part of the reason, Amazon was easy. Click, 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 came to my door. I didn't have to worry about it. I hate shopping. I loathe going to Costco every other week. I get most of my stuff from local vendors, but I can't get everything. And, or the quantities are so huge for what I need here that, it's just not practical. Costco gives me another opportunity to get stuff at a smaller level. Thank God Costco's decent. They treat their people pretty well, and they pay them well enough and that sort of thing. So I can support Costco with clear conscience. Anyway, so I was in a pickle. So I buy Bowie's relish from Amazon because I can't get it locally. They're the only company that makes sweet relish that doesn't have dye in it or high fructose corn syrup, because I don't have any of that in my restaurant. Nothing that I eat personally has high fructose corn syrup in it. I don't eat any artificial colors, artificial sweeteners, any of that of that nature, because it's all terrible. So I like, well, I'll just have to make my own. So that's what I'm doing. Today is my first time making sweet relish. I've made pickles many times before. It's a little bit different process than making pickles. Not entirely different, but just we're gonna dice it up. So in here I've got two cups of vinegar, 1 cup white vinegar, 1 cup apple cider vinegar, 2 cups sugar, turmeric, black pepper, corns, celery seed, salt, and what's the other thing I got here? Oh, garlic and sweet onion, and 2 pounds of cucumbers, local cucumbers. So just gonna do a little dice on these. I tried it in the food processor. I did not like the way it chopped the cucumbers. So doing it by hand, I found got the consistency that I wanted, because I don't really use this. I use the relish for tartar sauce, and I go through quite a bit of tartar sauce, fish chips. I make fish and chips and fish sandwiches that use it, so I go through quite a bit of tartar sauce every week. And so yeah, I'm gonna make about 2 quarts is what the recipe says. So we're gonna heat the mixture up, the vinegar, the sugar, and the spices. We're gonna heat this up. Hopefully, there we go. So we're gonna heat this up. We're gonna add the cucumbers, the onions, the garlic to that mixture. We're gonna heat it up. We're gonna bring it close to a boil and not a boil. We're gonna turn it off, and then we're gonna put it into jars. So just did a quick dice on these, and then a rough chop to get them a little bit smaller. I've got a couple of Hawaiian chilies here from my garden that I'm going to add in it, because I kind of want a little bit of spice. I had some really good relish or sweet pickles I got from Costco a while ago that were Dave's. They had a little bit of a spice to it. The Boobies did not. Bubbies, did not have any spice, so I'm going to add a little spice to it. ingredients. This will need to be. I'm gonna add this to the pot. Just dissolving the spices and sugar, sea salt. You don't have pickling salt, kosher salt, or sea salt. Just don't want to have like the Morton's iodine salt because you'll lose your color. It'll make everything look washed out. So I'm just gonna bring this up. And one of the things I've always done, it's like I make real food for real people, and we got to start going back to whole foods because, as I mentioned before, it's not the food; it's what they've done to the food. And if we're making things from scratch, then we know what's in it. We know the care and love that went into it, in addition to the ingredients. It's always been a kind of a joke, an inside joke for Esther and I. It's like, what's the most important ingredient? It's love. And I always say that in my restaurant too. It's like I make all my food with care. I make all my food just imbued with love because it does make a difference. You can get substance anywhere that will fill your belly, but there's something more when food is made with somebody that cares what they're doing, they enjoy what they're doing, and it just comes through. We're gonna add 2 pounds of diced cucumbers, half of a sweet onion, 2 large cloves of garlic, and we're gonna bring this close back to a boil, and then we're gonna let it sit and cool, all jarred up in a little bit. But yeah, I make my own. Now I get to make my own. Just one more thing I get to make from scratch. One more thing, had I not had Amazon, they've been bad for a long time, but this is just something that just pushed me over the edge. So what I also do now is I use Amazon for a search engine. I have all my purchase history in there, so I know what it is. I'm going. Yep. There we go. I'm going through my search history and finding the things that I buy on a regular basis and finding alternative places to buy it. So, funny, it took me a long time to find pickled ginger that didn't have artificial flavors in it and artificial colors. That pink ginger has red dye in it. They all have aspartame. So I found one that was made by a company called Ginger People, and got it on Amazon. I was ordering on a regular from Amazon, and then I went to their website to find who else carries it. My local grocery store right here in Ocean View carries it. So it just takes a little bit of work to find alternatives. Use your Amazon to find it and support small businesses, support your local grocers. I know it's easy. We all are pressed for time, but we got to do these things in order to put pressure on to make social change. I'm, cutting out Home Depot, which is hard because I go there a lot. Using local hardware stores, my local Ace is great because they don't carry everything I need, but I can order it and it ships to the store. I don't have to pay for shipping. It takes just the same amount of time. The people there are great. I want to support them. So, we just got to keep doing these things where we find companies that, that align with our values. And that's the companies that we need to support. All right, I'm going to turn this off. Looks like we're just about at a boil. I'm gonna let this cool, and then put them in these jars. So it says it makes 2 quarts, so I should have 2 quart jars for it. Chopping, doing this for the first time, 2 pounds, chopping this with the onion and everything. I will probably be done, except for the the jarring part. I'll come down and do that a little bit later. But all in total, this took me half an hour at most. You can stop scrolling for 30 minutes and make your own pickles. Don't have to make relish. You can make bread and butter, dill pickles. They're all super easy. You can do quick pickles where, if you're just gonna put them in the refrigerator after they open, you don't have to do a hard can. Anyway, there you go. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. If you're paying attention, if you're watching, I will like it. I really want to get my message out there, and I'll pause this, and then we're gonna do pesto. I got some basil. Just do a quick pesto. That is awesome for just having around. It keeps in the fridge a pretty long time. Week, 10 days, no problem. Goes just awesome. Just heat up some noodles, throw a couple dollops of this basil in the warm pasta, and you got dinner. So you can make this basil's, season's coming in where fresh basil's gonna be available. Pretty easy to grow as well in most places. And then you can just make pesto ahead of time. You've got, you can make salads. You can do so much with it. So I'll see you in a few minutes with the pesto. I wanted to show, I did jar these up and took a little taste. Really like the flavor profile of this relish already. I think it's going to be really nice. And then just a little tip for storing your pesto: pour a little drizzle of olive oil on the top. That'll act as a barrier, keep it from turning brown. And I'm going to use probably some of this tonight, but I won't get through all of it in the next day or two. So by putting the olive oil on, same thing when I'm done, I'll drizzle more olive oil on top. It just kind of seals it in as a air barrier, and you won't get brown pesto.